An NSAS protester, Sarah Ibrahim, has concluded her testimony before the Lagos State Judicial Panel of Inquiry investigating the October 2020 shooting at the Lekki toll gate. During the proceedings, she played some videos which, according to her, demonstrates that soldiers shot at peaceful protesters on the night of October the 20th. She added that several protesters were taken to about 18 hospitals that night with varying degrees of gunshot injuries, while some later died from their wounds. Kemi Fola reports.
The witness presented several video clips admitted as exhibits of happenings on the evening last October when soldiers stormed the Lekki toll gate ground of the NSAS protests. In her earlier testimony, Sarah Ibrahim accused the officers from the 81 Division of the Nigerian Army of shooting sporadically and at the crowd, injuring some of the protesters. From the clips viewed by the panel and everyone present, there was a high degree of chaos, tension and images of people wounded with blood stains on the ground. She affirmed to her lawyer, Adeyinka Olumide Fushika, that the videos she presented could all be verified on Google Drive to ascertain the time, date, place of the recording as well as the device used. According to her, about 15 persons were hit by the bullets and they were attended to by fellow protesters. She alleged that the army officers bundled those feared dead onto their truck, including one Lekki Shanusi, whose petition is also before the panel, but says he later escaped from the MRS hospital at Bonikam, where they were all taken. The witness also presented video clips of two mothers mourning the killings of their sons at the toll gate that night. In the Freke Sunday, Baha says she's still looking for the corpse of her son, Victor, while Abidemi Ajasa's mom said people at the nearby shanty protected the corpse and he was later buried.
See, when government wants to respond, they said nobody died on the 20th of October. But I've waited to make sure I see my son up until today. I'm still not able to see the corpse of my son nor his corpse.
Those that have injury marks were there.
Also, a consultant plastic surgeon at the Granville Trauma Center told the panel that the hospital treated 15 patients, most of whom had sustained varying gunshot injuries during the incident. Olaliko Faleye's leg was also said to be amputated. The surgeon says he personally made a call that night for victims to present themselves for treatment at his facility, and that the Lagos Ministry of Health, which was in contact with them as well as the hospital staff, provided blood for those in need. He affirmed that members of the public, not the state government, assisted with the medical bills.
The government has promised to pay Lagos State actually, because during the NSAS protest, the Commissioner of Health actually was in communication with me. And I recall one of the incidents, one of the patients, the one that had amputation, we needed blood when we were operating him. And I called his attention to it that I needed 2 pints of blood. They were trying to send one from Victoria Island, but because of the NSAS, they said there were a lot of broken bottles along, they could not get it. So he called another blood bank in the Aja section. And they were able to bring 1 pint of blood. Then some of my staff actually donated about 2 pints of blood also.
Further hearings on the Lekki incident continues on May the 15th. Kemi Fola, TVC News, Lagos.